I loved you from beginning, before words learned courage. Your first smile marked fate. My heart understood instantly. I stayed silent intentionally, protecting feelings quietly inside. Love grew without permission, hidden behind respectful distance. You laughed unaware of storms, brewing softly within my chest. I memorized your expressions like sacred, unspoken prayers. Every glance carried confession, never delivered, always restrained. I chose patience over honesty, fear disguised as dignity. You never noticed my pauses. Between laughter and silence, I learned loving without claiming, devotion without visible ownership. My heart attended quietly always, while you lived freely ahead. I guarded feelings like secrets, too precious for careless exposure. Love matured, unseen by you, growing stronger through restraint. I celebrated your happiness silently, even when it hurt deeply. My eyes followed your joy, while lips stayed carefully sealed. I never blamed your ignorance. Love never demands awareness. You spoke casually of futures. I stood quietly outside them. Every smile from you strengthened my silent loyalty. I learned distance can love without stepping forward ever. My affection learned discipline. Not every truth needs voice. You trusted me as friend, unaware of deeper devotion. I hid love behind respect, never crossing sacred boundaries. Your presence felt like home, even without invitation given. I accepted my quiet role, watcher, supporter, silent believer. Love does not always pursue. Sometimes it patiently witnesses. I carried emotions privately, like royal burdens of heart. You never owed me anything. Love was my choice alone. I smiled while aching inward, practicing emotional self control. Your unknowing never angered me, it humbled my devotion. I loved you consistently, without expectations or demands. My silence was not weakness, it was disciplined affection. You never knew my truth, yet it shaped my life. I learned loving without visibility, without recognition or reward. My feelings stayed behind curtains, watching life pass silently. You spoke freely about love. I listened like distant echoes. I trained my heart daily to accept unchosen destinies. Your happiness mattered more than my hidden suffering. I became expert in restraint, smiling while collapsing inside. You never sensed my trembling. When your name appeared suddenly, I mastered acting completely normal, while emotions screamed internally. My love learned invisibility, a shadow following gently. I never interrupted your peace. With my inconvenient truth, you trusted my calm presence, never guessing inner chaos. I memorized your voice tones, each one cutting differently. Sometimes hope tried escaping. I locked it down gently. I chose dignity over confession. Every single fragile time, you leaned on me emotionally. Unaware I was breaking, I absorbed your heartbreak stories. While hiding my own love, your tears trained my silence. My silence protected your comfort. I was close yet unreachable, known but never understood. My love became selfless discipline, not romantic fantasy at all. I learned how affection survives, even without reciprocation. Some nights felt endless because love refused sleeping. I replayed conversations repeatedly, searching for missed openings. You spoke of someone else. My heart stayed respectfully quiet. I celebrated your milestones alone. In private, unseen corners. No one clapped my sacrifice. And that was fine. I accepted. Love is not trade. It gives without return. You never owed me anything. That truth kept me grounded. I watched you grow stronger. While I learned endurance, my loyalty stayed unconditional. Even when hope expired, I never tried manipulation or emotional pressure tactics. I loved you responsibly, without disturbing your path. Sometimes silence felt noble, sometimes unbearably cruel. I questioned myself endlessly, yet never blamed you. You never saw my restraint. Because restraint hides well, my love aged quietly into calm, controlled devotion. I learned patience beyond limits, beyond reason, beyond pride. I stayed when leaving hurt, because staying hurt cleaner. I carried love like oath, unspoken, binding, permanent. You never knew my battles. Fought politely every day. I chose to be safe. Instead of being honest, my silence protected both. Even if it destroyed me, I loved you consistently, without ever being chosen, and still I stayed kind. That was my victory. Silence slowly became my language. Love learned breathing without sound. I stopped imagining confessions. Reality demanded emotional discipline. You existed freely in daylight. I existed privately in shadows. My heart adapted to absence. Without dramatic collapse, I carried feelings like inheritance, passed quietly through days. Silence stopped feeling temporary. It became permanent residence. I trained myself not hoping. Hope became dangerous indulgence. You smiled. I translated, meaning without asking for response. My identity reshaped itself around controlled affection. I learned how love transforms when denied expression consistently. You never saw my evolution. From longing into calm, I